Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the final chapter of Tokyo Ghoul Re 179. When we last left off, the fight with V had come to a fairly unsatisfactory ending. It just felt really rushed. The zombie Koma and Irimi never really got the drama it deserved. Kaiko felt kind of, swept under the rug. It just wasn't all that great. But also Kaneki one-shot Rize, but there were still some good things to be found, including Kaneki getting swallowed up by the decaying dragon. Um, and yeah, and Toka and Psycho being real cute together, even if I don't think uh, Toka should have been sidelined for the final arc. But yeah, that's where we left off last week. So now we open on the final chapter, the Mountain Goat Song. Our cover page is a white background with a flying butterfly. We cut to Hide, I guess sometime after the arc ended. We have Hide looking out on a row of skyscrapers in Tokyo. Since then, the city of Tokyo has changed. The fight with the CCG and Nimura Furuta ended with what had come to be known as the Dragon War. The lone poisonous oviduct was destroyed, and further outbreaks of ROS were prevented. And we see some people talking in the background. All right. I heard there was a wave of newborns at the 18th Ward. I can't believe just one of them can produce so many. Can produce one of what? So many. What are they talking about? Oh, there's still more lines from Hide. My bad. However, the remaining oviducts across the wards continue to give birth to the non-poisonous type of bastard child, which ceaselessly attack the city's inhabitants. Oh, so that's still going on, even after, I don't know, how much time has passed here. They were named Dragon Orphans and became a common enemy of both man and ghoul kind. Tokyo CCGs was disbanded, and a new organization, the TSC, Tokyo Security Committee, was formed. Half of its members are former CCG officers. Good work out there, you too, and a TSC officer is walking past Hide. And there's Marude, who is like an old man now. There you are, Nagachika. We were waiting on you. My bad. Izuki Marude, TSC Director. Izuki Marude, having captained Division 2 of the CCG for many years, was appointed the Director of the TSC. And with him is Katsuya Mabuchi, who I vaguely remember, but I don't think it was terribly important. The position of the Chief of the TSC's Information Division was given to Marude's aide. Mabuchi continued to dedicate his life to the safety of Tokyo even after Marude's retirement. Now then, let us begin our regular meeting. First, an update on rebuilding efforts. And it's Shu and Banjo. They're working with the TSC, it looks like. Alright. Shu Tsukiyama, United Front Representative. The ghouls working with the TSC formed a body known as the United Front. Shu Tsukiyama, current head of the Tsukiyama family, took up the job of representing this organization. He had previously reformed the Tsukiyama group and used his resources to provide the TSC with the equipment it needed in its activities. He also worked with his father Miramo to invest his clan's wealth in the rebuilding of Tokyo. And definitely just looking at Marude and Tsukiyama, it definitely looks like a lot of time has passed since 178. I'm not quite sure how long. But it couldn't have been too long if they're still dealing with the effects of the dragon. We also have a bit on what Banjo has been up to. He continued to lead the 100-odd ghouls he always had, but alongside Tsukiyama, he became involved in the activities of the United Front. The Ishimi siblings, who I think are the gas mask people that used to work with Banjo, they continue to support Banjo as they'd always done. Yeah, that's what they are. We see someone in a gas mask with Miramo in the next panel. Additionally, Jiro became Banjo's wife. Their ghoul-style wedding ceremony was organized by Shu Tsukiyama. Nagachika, and we cut to sometime after this meeting with the ghouls. I'd like to leave with Marude and Hide in the hallway. I'd like to leave the matter of the Northern Front to you. Yeah, I'll stop by soon and I'll let them know then. Oh yeah. Marude, you get a chance to think over what we talked about the other day? What did they talk about the other day? Sheesh. And Marude scratches his head. Anything to say? Keep studying then. And then we have Matsuri, who is still around. Under the CCG system, he was the successor to the Bureau Director and the sole surviving Washu. However, Matsuri renounced all of these titles to work as a normal TSC employee. He collected the history of the Washu clan and contributed to the Dragon Orphan research efforts. After separating from his wife, he abandoned the Washu name. Oh, I forgot there was that whole subplot about him not really liking his wife. Back when it looked like Matsuri would be a main villain. Taking up Suzuki instead, the two of them had no children, so the main line of Washu descendants came to an end. Okay, the TSC is assembled now, so I think it'll work out. Yeah, Monster's like poring over something in like a library. Then we see Aura. She became Chancellor of the TSC's Peacekeeper Academy and dedicated herself to the education of younger generations. She remained single all her life. Did Aura die? Did that happen? What? Okay, she just kind of like passed away off screen, it looks like. Ooey boy. Oh, it's Mogon and Ooey. Oh dear. And what happened to Mogon? Long time no see, Mogon. Mogon Tanakamaru took the cloth. He became a monk? I see you really did take over your family's temple. What brings you here? Kori Ui is the Vice Chancellor of the TSC's Academy. He taught the Peacekeeper candidates battle techniques. Boy, I suppose just the caring heart of a monk. I want to help protect the professors at your academy. So basically, you just have nothing to do. Wow. Kori Ui, I just said that. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty busy. There's been a violent incident in the 4th. Gomasu Tokage, that's the guy that tortured Jason, right? Way back before the series started. He was a teacher in the TSC's development branch, but was stabbed to death by one of his students. Serves him right. Incident. Yes, an incident indeed. My. If he'd decided to go into the teaching profession, I'd have been saved this trouble, but... Oh, it's Hiroko. He was asked to be the vice principal of the academy, but he flatly refused. He looked after his grandparents till they passed away. Afterwards, he chose to lead a normal life in the private sector. He sometimes met up with Ui and Ito. He didn't tell them exactly what field he'd chosen, but according to Ito, he worked at a funeral home. Are you meeting up with the Hiroko boy? Occasionally. Kuramoto and I go. Speaking of Kuramoto, he left Tokyo, transferring to the Kansai branch of the CCG. As a first-class investigator, he works with his underlings to deal with ghouls. He also enjoys practicing his terrible Kansai accent. Okay, so here's a question I have. So, it says Kuramoto is with the Kansai branch of the CCG. You think the CCG is still active around the world? So how do the Tokyo ghouls feel about this? Like, there are still organizations hunting them down if they ever leave the city. So, like, are they comfortable with that knowledge? I don't know, this is kind of weird to me. But we see Kuramoto eating with his underlings. Kuramo, do you think you'll get promoted after that? Not to assistant special, no. But if I do, I'll treat you rascal to some grub. But cafeteria food is free, boss. Also, we visit Arima's grave from time to time. Fura comes with us. Speaking of Fura, he remained in the TSC and in active duty. He became known for his reliability. At the age of 41, he was promoted to Associate Special Class. With the help of his wife and daughter, he managed to quit smoking. Alright. Mogon, if you have nothing to do, help us. We need teachers. It's tempting, but we have a little bit of info about the Okihiras. In the dawn before the founding of the TSC, they used the stabilizers they stole from Kano to prolong their lives and work for the TSC from the shadows. So I think they're dead too. But they lived longer than they would have. Well, I'll think it over. Oh, we have somebody is fighting the Dragon Orphans. Maybe is it Suzuya? Maybe no, I think that might be Urie. It's probably Urie. The hair's a little bit too short to be Suzuya. Please, we'd love to have a priest with us. And yeah, Urie is like chopping heads off Dragon Orphans. Squad Captain Yusa. Oh, it's Yusa. Haven't seen him in a while. It seems they're becoming quite active again. First Class Peacekeeper Yusa Arima. Associate Special Class Peacekeeper Koki Urie. Dragon Orphans are heterogamous. They evolve at an incredibly fast pace. Outwardly, they look relatively human and possess the intelligence of a 5-year-old. Recently, leader-like individuals have been seen. A long time ago, it is believed that something like the Dragon War happened, which gave rise to the ghoul species itself. What? Wait a second, but I thought the last dragon was the One-Eyed King in the 24th Ward. And he was already a ghoul, wasn't he? Like, he was already part Washu, which is like peak ghoul. So were there like a third? Was Kaneki/Rize the third dragon? How long does this happen every now and then? Like, you get new species into the mix? But okay, that's a thing, I guess. You guys go on ahead. I'm going to go see Shirazu. Oh, he's gonna go see Shirazu's grave. Okay. Looks like you arrived before me. Haru? Shirazu's little sister, she'd been hospitalized with ROS and she's all better now. Oh, my Shirazu-loving heart. Urie, how are you feeling? I don't have to keep going back to the hospital anymore. If I keep taking my medicine, I'll be fine, they said. Oh, even her speech bubble has, like, the top of her hair, like Shirazu used to have. Oh, that's so funny. I see. And they both pray at Shirazu's grave. Ginchi Shirazu. Alongside his TSC duties, Urie searched every last nook and cranny of Rue Island, where it was believed Shirazu's body had been carried. In the third year of his investigation, remains bearing the scars of the Quinks operation were discovered. They were determined to be of Ginchi Shirazu. The remains were enshrined in the cemetery for the CCG's heroes. Want to come eat dinner at the chateau? Really? Yes, I want to go! Rebirth operation. Haru Shirazu's ROS was in remission. Urie, Yonebayashi, and Mutsuki had covered the cost of her treatments. Cells harvested from the dragon orphans allowed for the development of a rebirth operation. It saved many heretofore intractable cases. Then we cut to the Suzuya squad. The S3 squad, led by Suzuya, was transferred into the TFC. They made a name for themselves, the most powerful peacekeeping squad in the force. Let me know if the wave moves at all. We're ready to engage them at any time. Suzuya! And Hanbei shows up. Special Class Shinohara, he's... Shinohara? And Suzuya, runs through the halls of the hospital, breathing super heavily. Suzuya. Mr. Shinohara? Juzo, is that you? Oh, it's so good to see him alive again. Oh my god, I love him so much. And Suzuya, stares at him wide-eyed. The development of the rebirth operation was the greatest blessing of the Dragon War. Thanks to it, even patients that had all but zero chance of recovery were saved. And Suzuya just, collapses, kneeling on the ground in, tears. Oh, my heart. Juzo Suzuya, and he's, openly weeping now. Did his hair just turn back to white? He continued to protect the city of Tokyo as the Dragon General, the leader of the TSC's forces. His achievements and abilities made him known and respected as one of the finest peacekeepers ever. And the rest of Suzuya's squad is also openly crying. Miyuki Mikage, he continued to protect the city of Tokyo as the Dragon General, the leader of the TSC forces. This is just the same thing as what Suzuya said. His achievements and abilities made him known and respected as one of the finest peacekeepers ever is just what it says for Suzuya. So I'm assuming that's a mix-up there, but Mikage is not much of a character anyway, so I'm not too upset. Keiji Nakarai immersed himself in TSC duties, supported the Suzuya squad as Vice Dragon General. Oh, come on. Hanbei should so be the Vice Dragon General. If Suzuya is the Dragon General, Hanbei is his vice. After being severely wounded in the fight with Shikurai, he was forced to leave behind life at the front lines. He joined the academy as a professor under Chancellor Kyoko Ora, and eventually grew to be feared by his students as Demon Nakarai. Alright, so he's not even on the front lines. Mizuru Tamaki, along with Abura, he immersed himself in TSC duties. He married a woman working at the TSC offices. And Abura's urging, he left the front lines and began to support the squad in an administrative capacity. And Abura spent his life as the right hand of the Dragon General, as he should. And then Yukinori Shinohara. He had spent many years in a vegetative state. With the development of the rebirth operation, he achieved a miraculous recovery. Following the dissolution of the CCG, he did not officially participate in TSC business. However, he remained a friend of Dragon General Suzuya and Marude and the others. By offering words of advice and the like, he supported the TSC from the shadows. Well, this isn't good. My hair's gone white. Shinohara, it's good to see you alive. In addition, Naki's doing stuff. Time for food, you brats. Naki worked with Tsukiyama and the others as part of United Front. He was also involved in the organization and the education of ghoul orphans and ghouls that wish to one day fight at the front lines. He had 9 children with Misa, and Misa worked with Naki and the others as part of the United Front. Her 9 children, 6 boys and 3 girls, are as follows. Nage and Nagi, clearly off of Naki and Gugi and Guge, that's their names. Shiroi, Zei, Marin, Mirei, Warai, Yanagi, and Sonki. And we see the 2 babies are playing around with 2 of the old white suit guys. Kogoro and Shosei, I mean. Hoguro fell for a human girl he met in United Front at first sight, and the 2 were married in the ghoul style. They lived together in harmony. He remained loyal to Naki his whole life. And Shosei, while watching Naki's kids, he continued working with Hoguro at United Front. He learned many things from humans and began to teach other ghouls. He remained loyal to Naki his whole life. So a lot of this chapter is kind of feeling like the credit scene of a documentary where you find out how the rest of the characters' lives went. Which definitely makes me think there will not be a part 3 after this. I can't quite see how it would work, given that we know everything about half the cast. Also, this line about Hoguro falling for a human girl kind of makes me wonder, ghouls are still eating people. I get how humans and ghouls would come together in the wake of the dragon, but after that ended, is there some way that, they find peace? I hope we find that out in the next, how many pages do we have left? 19? I hope we find out. The emergence of synthetic, here we go. The emergence of synthetic food slowly, gradually began to make ghoul life more peaceful than ever. And we see Nishio and Kimi. So synthetic food, at the laboratories of the TSC, synthetic food consumable by ghouls was developed. Several years have passed since its initial experimental introduction. At first, it was called synthetic meat, but that name was abandoned for being too direct. Dr. Chigyo, an increase in cooperators allowed him to expand the scale of his ghoul laboratory. Many researchers, not to mention the man himself, were elated by that growth. The news whetted their intellectual curiosity, and a new generation of ghoul researchers came into being. Then we have, as I was saying, Nishiki and Kimi. This is disgusting. He's trying out the synthetic food, I guess. Tastes like horse shit, right? That's a good callback to episode 2. That's after all our improvements, you can believe it. Nishiki devotedly supported Kimi, who was thoroughly immersed in her research. He was not infrequently used in experimental test subjects. Kimi continued her ghoul research. One of her dreams was to encourage ghouls to eat human food by adjusting their palates. Her other was to assume the Nishio name. Oh, she does change her name to Nishio. Okay, yeah, I see that. So they did get married. Alright. Alright. But I don't see how just adjusting ghoul palates would make them able to eat human food. That seems a little bit of a long shot to me. Madam A, awakened to the world of farming, gained deep appreciation for the preciousness of food and life. She is pictured here with her pet cow, Saburo. That's something I did not expect. She became a farmer? Okay. Chie Hori. Her photographs documenting the horrors in Tokyo were exhibited all over the world. After working for the TSC for several years, she returned to her life of photographing whatever catches her fancy. She remained friends with Shusukiyama her whole life. There were those ghouls that continued to rail against humankind. Associate Special Class at Shikurai! Retreat! Oh, wow, Shikurai's still around. I forgot we never handled him. And he's just cut an investigator in half. Shikurai, possessed of the unique abilities to manifest new Kagane from RC cells absorbed from the environment, the individual known as Shikurai absorbed cells from the Dragon Orphans and became a Kakuja. Many civilians and TSC staffers lost their lives to him. In fact, due to the record number of casualties suffered in battle against, that's it. We don't really see what else happens there. What happens to Shikurai? Is he still around? That feels like a translation error. And Takizawa, you see Takizawa, he vanished without a trace following the Dragon War. Eyewitness accounts of a half-Kakuja hunting renegade ghouls came in shortly after. Alright, so that's what he's up to. We see Yumitsu Tomoe. She founded an organization dedicated to protecting lost ghouls and became its leader. They became a sanctuary for ghouls unable to acclimate themselves to human society. And Corona traveled to Europe and began to fight back against ghouls that attacked humans. It is believed that she crossed over into the conflict regions of the Middle East, but soon after, her whereabouts became impossible to trace. And those that did not. That's from the previous page. There were those ghouls that continued to rail against humankind, and those that did not. Oh, Harushira, come. Who is this? Wait, who is this girl? We see... Are these third generation Qs? Ryusa and Tatsumi, a third generation Quinks. Because the Qs were quite effective against the Dragon Orphans, the research program continued. Susu Sanzu, a distant relative of the Washu through the Ihei branch line. Her adoration for Jiao led her to join the chateau. Her heritage affords her a superb physical capability. Put your backs into the cooking, kids. Yusa, you mean? Oh, that's Psycho. Oh, you can even recognize her. She's looking good. Looking healthy and shit. Okay, I put my back into it. Well done, my Padawan. Toma, could you go get some Mirin? Yusa Arima is an employee of the TSC. He fights with a style reminiscent of Kisho Arima. There was talk of him taking up the Kisho name, but he refused. Jiao will be able to return to duty next month, I hear. Looks like we'll have more chefs around. The homely feeling of the chateau is coming back, Urie, Associate Special Class Peacekeeper at the TSC, the young captain of the Q Squad, he's also involved in the education of future generations. Yonebayashi, Psycho, after being treated for her ROS, she remained in the TSC, helping Urie with the education of the Q. She became something of a mascot of the chateau. When her mother became bedridden with illness, she and her brother took care of her until she passed. Did you cut your hair? Oh, hey, Hoagie's still alive. Ayuma Hoagie, alongside Mutsuki, she worked at a rural branch office as a first-class investigator. She had many stellar subordinates. You should drop by more often too, Muchanko. Well, I got promoted. I'm a special class now. That's my Chanko. I guess. Special class? Even Urie is still a little bit obsessed with promotion at the end. Chose not to remain in the TSC and instead left for a rural branch office with Hoagie and Aura. Climbed to the rank of special class investigator. Good for him. By the way, Mamon's kid is so big and... Oh, we see a picture of everyone. Hold up, who are these? So we see a picture of Shirazu and Urie. A picture of the whole first gen Q squad together. And... Oh no, I saw a person with white hair who I thought was post Dragon Art Kaneki, but it's not. It's Mutsuki. Back when he was in his whole like raid mode, I guess. Toma Higemaru, involved in education of future generations, contributed to strengthening the relationships between the TSC and the police and fire department. God, this chapter's going on forever. There's just honestly a lot of these like documentary style credits just kind of feel like I'm reading a wiki article. So I'm not a big fan of this decision. Shinsanpai Ora. Alongside Mutsuki, he left for work in the countryside. He loved his aunt Kyoko his whole life. Jiao. She was deeply involved in her TSC work, but her physical health worsened at 26 and she had to retire. Okay. While being treated, she cooperated with research efforts to understand the short lifespan of half-humans. Soon after, she returned to the field, working in administrative intel-related capacity. Oh, I forgot that Jiao was... I don't remember Jiao being revealed to be a half-human. I don't remember that. Honestly, I feel like there was a whole... As I've said many times in the past two videos, I said it more before I was starting to do the reviews, but honestly, as always, the second gen Qs felt like a story that was missing its beginning. Like, there really is... Like, it really hit me when Xiao and Toma brought, Shinsanpai back to, like, the light. That didn't really feel like we knew what they were talking about. That felt like we should know, but we didn't. I've always kind of felt that. So anyway, by the way, Mamon's kid is so big, and so you went again, eh, Yonebayashi? You should come too, Uri. Oh, the kid's still alive. Yo, Ayato and Hinami. Oh, he is walking along the streets, and he sees Ayato and Hinami alive. Hello, Nagachika. What you up to, you two? Nothing. Just going over to his place, and he wants to visit his niece. Oh, so that must mean Kaneki's still alive. If they're going over to his place, it must be Kaneki, and they're going to see the kid. I never said that, you idiot. Ayato Kirishima, who I guess somehow got out of the dragon alright, actually, because he was still kind of in trouble last week. Involved with the United Front. As a peacekeeper, he commands difficult operations at high altitudes, and uses his superior leadership skills to work toward the elimination of the dragon orphans. Hinami Fueguchi, she teaches reading and writing at United Front's Ghoul orphanage. She often asks Ayato to come shopping with her at suburban malls and the like. I need to move my other foot now because, this is not a comfortable sitting position for a long time. Where was I? Want to come with us, Nagachika? Yeah, I was just thinking of heading over there myself. We cut to Takeyomi and Yoriko, Takeyomi's like holding what I'm assuming is his child, like super high up in the air, and Yoriko goes, "Be careful, Takeyomi. Little kids really are cute, huh, Ayato? Why are you asking me? Oh, does Himi want to have a kid? How old are they now?" Takeyomi, after having one child, he's become involved in TSC work. As Urie's best friend, he often supports him. They became friends? Yoriko, while taking care of her son, she continues her hobby of bread making. Iwao Kuroiwa, before the Dragon War, he was hospitalized, but after his neck healed, he became one of Marude's advisors. Misato Gori joined the TSC to support the recovered Iwao Kuroiwa. Gori's zeal and devotion made her very popular among male TSC staffers, and they constantly vied for her attention. She's even been proposed to several times, but the matter has been tabled each time. Is that Yomo and the Kaneki kid? Yep, you guys caught me at a bad time. Ayato, Renji! Like, the kid has, like, braided, Yomo's hair. It's really cute. Uta. He pursued many hobbies, including thinking up ways to attack Yomo, mask design, and silvercraft. As long as Yomo was alive, he lived with joy in his heart. Still getting ambushed? Uta, you mean? Yeah. If you need my help, just let me know. We should probably clobber him again, to be honest. Itori. She watched all that Uta did at his side. She most likely never told him how she felt about him. Wait, what? I never knew that she was into Uta. Nico continued his relationship with Itori and the others as their drinking buddy. Later in life, he left for the south in search of love. So Nico, I guess everyone just gets away scot-free. Okay. If you need my help, just let me know. We should probably clobber him again, to be honest. Yeah. And then we see Toka. And Toka's, like, doing some, like, dishwashing, it looks like, and she turns around. Hide. Renji Yomo. In between dealing with the attacks of Uta and the others, he makes time to visit Toka and Ken's child. I love that there's just, like, they seem so casual about, Uta trying to kill him all the time. It seems kind of weird. And then... Does everyone just run into Kaneki's house at the same time? Because we see, like, the Qs and the United Front people and Nishiki. Dear. We just happened to run into each other and... ran into each other. And Tsukiyama runs up to who I'm assuming is now a daughter. Oh my, who is this little princess? And Nishiki, who looks super tired right now, don't drop her. Shoo! She's grown prettier yet again. Ho ho ho. Mama wife. This is from Muchan. An apple. Our girl loves fruit. We've got to thank Toru, right? Is this Kaneki? Oh, everyone. The world continues to change. Yeah, he survived somehow. Ken Kaneki. After suppressing the dragon threat, he almost drowned in his turbid bodily fluids, but was dragged out by Ayato Kirishima, surviving what otherwise was certain death. He returned to his friends virtually in pieces and spent 2 weeks after the operation sleeping. At the moment, he works in collaboration with the TSC and United Front. Alright, this is something that definitely should have been in the manga. And that's gonna really, like, piss me off for, like, the rest of my life, that it was not in the manga. Because it feels like this was just, this is stuff like this that really makes me think that this is a cancellation and not just, like, the natural ending point of the series. Just because, like, we should have seen Ayato save him. Also, does that mean Ayato was the person who had the I've always looked up to you line? Because I want to see what happened there. There's a lot there we should have seen. Marade told me to tell you that he needs your help again. Hide sits down next to Kaneki. You don't always have to, It's okay. I want to. Hide, do the things I said bother you? Even if I'm at peace with what I've done, there are certainly those who are not. I still think about it. About whether this world got better or worse. But you still hate being unable to do anything, right? And Hide, winks at him. Sheesh, how many times are you going to say that? It's your catchphrase. And Kaneki laughs to himself. In elementary school, he lost his father, a ghoul investigator, and lived in their facilities. He was eventually taken in by adoptive fathers. He met Ken Kaneki not long after. We never knew that, did we? We didn't know his dad was a ghoul investigator. Come on, don't say it that much. I know, you just repeat it to yourself and stuff, but I'm not around. I only said it 2 or 3 times. Really? Maybe 4. He made use of his experiences with the CCG and TSC by traveling the world to speak about the work of United Front and spread the word of peace. Take it easy, okay? You too, Hide. Okay, see you. He remained friends with Ken Kaneki for the rest of his life. And we see the Kaneki family on a walk. You're going to fall. I guess the daughter is walking on something? Mama, Papa. Yes. And it points out something and Kaneki sees it. What a beautiful day. It's just a great field. End. Thank you all for almost 7 years of supporting and encouragement. The final volume will go on sale July 19th. And then we have a final picture of Kaneki and Toka from the very beginning of the series. The chapter is not yet released in Japan. Honor the end of this beautiful manga by not contacting Ishida Sensei about it until then, Wednesday, Japan Standard Time. Yeah, thank you for all your support. So yeah, that's the end. Oh boy, I have some thoughts. It's gonna be a long time until I sort through all my thoughts. The ending's documentary style is probably, given that I'm assuming this was a cancellation, it really is the most logical way to cover everything. Um, Even if it does just kind of, for one thing, everyone having such a happy ending just doesn't really quite feel true to the manga's ideas. Like, it's great that like the world is a better place than it was when it started, but they're like just about everyone survived. Uh like I don't really know how I feel about everyone surviving. It's, I don't know, but I think this is definitely, it's pretty much, we can say for certain there is no part 3 with this. I do love the image of the empty coffee cup, of like the full intact coffee cup, especially going back to how, at least in the anime, it's been a few months since I read the manga. Part 1 uh, ended with the shattered coffee cup with like the burnt out Anteku. It's kind of a nice, like, this is a better ending than the original. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of problems. I have a lot of things I like. It's good to see people I care so much about be happy, and that will never be a bad thing. Um, but it's just a little too sunshine and rainbows, which is never really something I've ever said about Tokyo Ghoul before. Every good thing has come with sacrifice in Ghoul, and to see here everyone kind of gets off scot free. Even like the clowns get off scot free, except Donato. Like Nico and Itori. Okay. Madam A is off cow raising in Hokkaido. That's weird. I don't know. Just there are some things about this I liked. I like seeing the people that deserve happiness be happy, and the people who, like the clowns, being forgiven so easily doesn't quite seem right. Um, I don't know. Yeah, like it's just kind of weird. It's gonna take me a long time to really sift through my thoughts on this final chapter. Uh I don't know. I don't know what to really think. There's a lot here, and I'm happy to see Shinohara alive. I really am. That's one of the things I wanted, was at least some closure on Shinohara. Like, if it was gonna take the final chapter, I would rather him be alive than dead. Um, but yeah, it's over. This is the end. I might. I'm probably. I'm definitely gonna like be sifting through thoughts on this for a long time. Definitely by the time manga of the month comes out, for July, I'll definitely have my thoughts worked out by then, and we'll definitely bring it up in more detail in manga of the month. Um, but until then, don't. I don't know what to think. It's this is the end of Tokyo Ghoul. I don't really see a part 3 from here. The world's kind of, or Tokyo's kind of at peace, and this has always been set in Tokyo. It was nice to see like just about every character like checked in with real fast, even if they didn't necessarily get satisfactory conclusions to their arcs. It was nice to be like, oh yeah, everyone is still having a life and still doing things. Their stories continue, even if Kanagi's is pretty much done. Also, if Kaneki survived, what happened to the whole thing with him aging real fast? Like that was, I mean, there's a big thing right before the raid on the 24th ward that like he was dying because his telomeres were like dissolving super fast when they should not be. Did his time as the dragon fix that or something? I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But yeah, honestly, I still feel like the dragon arc should have been a little bit longer, just to like really finish everything. The fight with V should have been a bit more drawn out. We should have seen several chapters of fighting Koma and Irimi. That's something I really think we got robbed of. Kaiko should have been more of a character, I guess. Also, there is one character we not get resolution on. What happened to Edo? What happened to Edo? Where is she? What happened to her? Will we never know? That's gonna tear me up. Uh, but yeah, that's. I don't know what else there to say. Uh, crap, Tokyo. I've been following Tokyo Ghoul since the anime came out, just around 4 years ago now. I remember, you know, July 2014. Everyone was talking about Akame got killed. I remember this. And I was like, I on a whim checked out Tokyo Ghoul before I checked out Akame got killed, and I was like, y'all, people need to get on this. And I was like, right on it. Not like right on it, like manga wise, and certainly not like as a cultural shift wise, but like I was super proud of that, and I love the series. I'm don't hate me, a huge fucking Rude fan. Rude broke my heart, um, as did the back half of the original manga. Um, I can't really believe Ghoul is over. Oh boy, and its finale is so weird. But yeah, I'm gonna have thoughts about that much later on. This video's been going on for 36 minutes, so if you have lasted this long, congrats. And if for some reason you've come to the channel through Tokyo Ghoul in the last 2 videos and think you like this guy talking to you about manga, I have 6 other manga going on at the moment. I have Boruto, I have School Live, I have Fire Brigade of Flames, Atsushi Okubo, who wrote Soul Eater's most recent work, which is not really, it was fairly well known, but really should be more well known. I have Black Butler, which is finally getting back to the good shit. I have Blue Exorcist, which is amazing. I have Eden Zero, Hiromashima's newest manga. There are all kinds of series for you to check out on my channel. So I have Silver Spoon, also, I forgot about that. So yeah. So if you like my videos, feel free to check those out all you want. But that's really all I have to say at the moment. This is not a chapter that does live reactioning well. It's just a huge wow moment. I need a lot more time to think about my thoughts. But yeah, Ghoul is over. We're done. We're done with Ghoul. At least unless there's like a surprise part 3, which given how this ends, I really don't see it. And certainly not Kaneki's story. But yeah, this is the end. And I hope you all enjoyed the chapter, and the video, and the series. It's over. I only had to do 2 chapters of it, but it's here. I got to do some of it. If you did, you can drop me a like, subscribe, whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. That's a lie. I care a whole hell of a lot. Don't tell anyone. And as always, people, I hope to keep kicking ass, and I'll hope to see you in the future. Goodbye.